Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato,
I am Sleepy Boy Matt.
and welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Go!
Last episode was rough for both of us,
Yeah.
so I took the liberty of shuffling the schedule around a little because I don't really go in, and the schedule has been altered like to accommodate who has time and shit. Because certain people, you and Ruka, have different movies reserved. I figured we needed something. And you know what we haven't really looked at before on the show, except for one really bad movie a very long time ago?
Oh, shit. No?
Clive Barker.
Okay.
Because remember Rawhead Rex, right?
True.
That was the one Clive Barker we looked at.
That is true.
Alongside the 80s version of Underworld, which is entirely unrelated to the Vampire Werewolf War thing. Those are the two movies which are why Clive Barker insists on directing any movie based on his books, because of how cataclysmically bad those two films were.
Damn.
So we have another one. It's not Hellraiser. That's coming. That's going to be Halloween specials.
Yeah, I figured it.
Same for Candyman, which I'm really looking forward to.
Ooh.
But it's a non-genre thing. Well, it's non-genre. It's a non-franchise film. About one of his longest-running characters. Like, 'cause this is a character separate from this movie. He's been in other stories and stuff. Sure. If you've ever heard of Harry D'Amour.
Oh, that does ring a bell. Wait. Fucking. Where's he from?
Well, he's in this movie, Lord of Illusions.
Ooh.
1995.
Yeah, I swear I've heard that name
A private detective guards an illusionist's beautiful wife. You know who plays Harry D'Amour? Scott Bakula.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This fucking Quantum Leap guy. It's fucking the main character from Cats Don't Dance.
Yeah. God, that is him. Oh, Lord.
And
okay.
I've been looking for, I really like Harry D'Amour. I don't know a lot of him, but he is the inspiration, or probable inspiration, because there are a lot of similarities.
Sure.
For the protagonist of one of my favorite game franchises, and definitely my favorite adventure game franchise, at least the first one.
Oh, is it for
Gabriel Knight?
Yeah, is it for Gabriel Knight?
This is the fucking inspiration for Gabriel fucking Knight.
Okay.
And I like Gabriel Knight.
Yeah.
Enough that I basically play a character based on Gabriel Knight in a tabletop game called Mage the Ascension. But yeah, I saw a bit of this on Tubi. It's on Tubi. And I just fucking figured, hey, I forgot an episode in the slit. There's just one missing.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Lord of Illusions.
Hell yeah. I've never heard of this, so I'm down. I mean, I'm down with who's playing him. I mean, fucking...
Like, Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula, bro. Fuck yeah.
So yeah, we're Lord of Illusions.
Cool, yeah, I mean...
It's one of many that I saw in comic books, because there was always an ad.
Yeah. Cat's doing something funny.
It was either going to be this or Nightbreed, and the version of Nightbreed I want to watch is like 2.5 hours long, so we're not going to... So, went for this one instead.
Yeah, I mean...
Anyway, Lord of Illusions.
I'm down. This sounds interesting.
Not to be confused with The Illusionist.
Those
are two very different movies.
Yes, because I've seen that one.
I know there are two Illusionists, because there's like a thriller, and then there's a very, very, very sad French animated feature.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I do know. I saw
that really, really hates the Beatles.
Damn.
Anyway, Lord of Illusions.
Lord of Illusions.
Something is watching. Something is listening. Something is coming.
How would you like to see the world the way it really is?
What's going on here?
Detective Harry Damour is walking a path
I want you to help me. Will you take the job, Mr. Dunmore?
Where do I sign up?
between what can be seen
People are dying here. I want to know why. I've heard a name. Somebody they talk about in whispers. Who? Nix.
and what must be feared.
Nix is dead and buried. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Haven't you seen enough to know that doesn't matter?
Now,
I don't want him getting in the way. We've always waited too long to have the homecoming spoiled.
every step he takes
The drone to the dark side. Don't like that.
Not much.
It's your destiny. Accept it.
brings him closer to the truth.
You could get into people's heads, make them see things. Terrible things.
See, that's his best trick. No illusions, just the truth.
If Nix is back from the dead, then he is some kind of a god.
In a world where magic is real, death is the ultimate illusion.
I was born to murder the world. Are you ready for my wisdom?
It's not real.
You want to come with me, Damour? I've got so much power to give you. All you have to do is beg.
Clive Barker's Lord of Illusions.
So, what do you think?
It's not bad. I liked it.
Was it better than Creepshow 3?
I mean, fucking ain't much competition. Bro, that bar is so fucking low.
Was it better than Rawhead Rex?
Yeah.
At no point did a giant dog-head demon piss on anybody.
No,
So,
but I mean, you can't win them all. I like this one. I think I like this one because I like Harry Damour.
Harry Damour is... He is a great one. He is a recurring character in a lot of...
Yeah. And him being played by fucking...
Scott Bakula.
Yeah, like Bakula is so much fun. A scene sewer. I love him.
So, we start in the desert.
Yeah.
Where there's this fucking cult. And there's this guy juggling fire.
Yeah, like spouting his occult stuff.
And he's the villain from RoboCop 3.
Yeah.
And the fire said to me, I was born to murder the world. There's a whole bunch of nonsense he's saying with his weird cult people. He has a girl captured, and there's a baboon.
Never comes back.
No.
Very sad.
And there's a guy called Butterfield who's kind of like his apprentice.
Yeah.
Of some kind, or something like that. So then, four people roll up. There is Swan, who is played by.
Oh yeah.
He's been in stuff that I've seen.
Yeah.
He's Kevin J. O'Connor, who is Benny in The Mummy and Igor in Van Helsing.
You said it was Benny, and I was like, oh yeah, I see it now. Like it makes sense.
There's
Quaid.
Quaid. There's Jennifer and Maureen.
Yeah.
And they're going in to rescue the kid. So they go in, they kill a bunch of the cultists.
Yeah, presumably some were part of the cult. Because one of them looks at Quaid.
Yeah, Quaid used to be a cult member.
Yeah, I thought you weren't coming back. Oh, change my mind.
Swan was training with Nix, but he's like, hey, you're kind of fucked up, man.
Well, it's like he says, he kidnapped a girl.
Yeah.
Like, that's pushing the line.
The compound is kind of Manson family by way of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, it's a good way to describe it.
A lot of it reminded me of that. Remember that one apartment in Candyman?
Yeah.
That had the big picture of Candyman.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, he even mentions Manson by name, like, later on.
Yeah. But that's like Manson family
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Not like Charles Manson's character.
No. Yeah, they go in to stop him. He confronts Nix. Well, Nix confronts him by fucking falling from the ceiling in the Jesus
He's
pose.
flying around. They shoot him a whole lot.
Yeah, the little girl that he kidnapped shoots him in the back.
Dorothea.
Yeah, Dorothea. And then the rest just cap him.
And then they put a fucking iron mask on his face saying, I bind you. And they insert fucking screws with magic.
And then Swan's like, well, so like Quaid's like, so what do we do now? He goes, we bury him further than he can ever claw back up. You're never gonna guess what happens.
13 years later, and there's a man unconscious in a detective's office.
Yeah.
It's not as good as this because honestly, the introductory shot of Who Framed Roger Rabbit is some of the best. Just explaining the scene, the situation without a single line of dialogue.
It's so good.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit's a fucking masterpiece.
It's a fucking great
honestly.
movie. That's one I haven't seen in a long time too. I should watch that again.
And we find out it's Harry D'Amour, played by Scott Bakula.
God bless.
And the cop from every single movie, the bad cop from every single movie, but not like the crooked cop kind of cop. Just like he's bad cop, as in he's just bad at being a cop.
Yeah, picture a cop movie that you've seen: Die Hard, Beverly Hills Cop, anyone. If there was a cop that was just yelling at this guy for your main character for no fucking reason, but you know he's just a shit cop in general, that's this dude. This is who that is.
Or like he's the one who makes fun of Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Kind of guy, and
he comes in, asks for a beer. They start drinking.
It's better than asking for milk, at least.
Yeah. He goes, saw you in the news. The hell happened there? And you see like a little newspaper clipping about an exorcism that happened, and he was part of it. You think the kid was actually? So what do you think? The usual. You think he was possessed?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. You should take a vacation. You know what's really nice? Los Angeles. Is that where the job is?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, he's this is based on The Last Illusion, which I have not read. The only Clive Barker I've read is Hellbound Heart.
Okay.
He has dealt with the supernatural before, and he's a private investigator. He's not a specifically supernatural private investigator.
It
just happens to him. He's not a Gabriel Knight, for example. And he is divorced, which explains literally everything about his current living condition.
Yeah, because even the cop's like, oh, you need a woman's touch around here.
And he's been dealing with this is his introduction, but it's not his origins.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing. So he goes. He takes. He's looking after this tax, like trying to spy on this tax accountant.
It's worth $10,000 job, so I mean, fuck, take it, you know.
He's this guy's partying in a motel with some hookers. Harry D'Amour is
unsatisfied.
I was gonna say not subtle,
because
he's just like leaning with a burger, watching the motel room, in not the loudest '90s shirt, but a pretty loud '90s shirt.
And even when like the guy leaves, it's not like he sneakily follows him. He just walks out. And he's like, "I what the fuck's he doing?"
And he has like this pompadour hairstyle.
Yeah. Falls into a fortune teller place. To then immediately see him run out to the fortune teller place going, the fuck?
So he goes in and meets an older Butterfield. Well, first he meets this crazy guy with bald guy.
Yeah, who
jumps him and is like raging.
He bites him too. In the end.
Get that checked out. He has a bandage for
He has the whole movie. Shit's bad. He gets him off him, knocks him out with a mannequin head statue thing. Walks in, meets Butterfield, but also meets a character that we know.
Yeah, he meets Quaid, who now has a mustache and lots of knives in it, and lots of piercings, and a lot of knives in him.
Lots of lot of knives.
Because it's matching a tarot card.
Yeah, and Butterfield starts talking about like,
But we don't find that tarot card thing out yet.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, you ever seen a man die? You ever see a soul?
If you're quick enough, you can catch the soul.
Yeah.
And Harry D'Amour is like, cool. Put your hands up.
I get a great scene where the bald guy gets back up and he just immediately slams him with the fucking door.
Just bursts through the door, and Harry judos him out the window.
Breaks the window, kicks him out of it.
Goes all the way out.
See the full body's flat. Fucking great.
With the curtain.
Yeah, with the curtain.
So
Butterfield runs away.
Butterfield runs off, and then he's talking to Quaid, and Quaid's like, "Yo," he's like, "I know who you are. Find Swan."
Yeah, find Swan.
And then
Shit's about to go bad.
And then he dies, and then he turns over D'Amour turns over one of the tarot cards. He turns over, it's fucking trap holes.
Yeah.
He summons the Dark Magician.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Thousand Knives.
It's 1,000 Knives. There you go.
It's the tarot card is the one, which is this. He's like, oh, that's not good.
Talks to the local police a bit.
Yeah.
Tell them what's going
on. Like, hey, I put a big psycho guy through the window, and he was supposed to be there, and he's not there. Did you guys put him up? Oh, there was no one there. It's like,
sure, Ben. Oh, what, you think if you shot someone out that window, you just get up and leave? Honestly, he probably wouldn't even care. Yeah.
So now we know that he's also he Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Basically. And
again, now that we know that Harry is done with this shit before, he saw body go out window, body not there no more. He's like, oh fuck.
Please don't be a vampire. So they he goes and he tracks down. We then meet Dorothea again.
And Swan. Yeah.
Well, we meet her first.
Oh, yeah.
And the little girl has grown up into Famke Janssen.
Yep.
And her hair turned black.
Yeah.
When it used to be blonde. Weird choice, but whatever. And she's in the pool, and she's talking with Swan, and Swan's doing a magic show that night. Swan has not changed. He's a stage magician.
Yeah.
Sorry, illusionist. So they hire Harry D'Amour.
Yeah, she hires him to figure out what's going on. She feels like something's going on with Swan. Valentine,
he's there. He
goes to meet him to hire him.
He's the one who's specifically like, hey, you call him an illusionist, not a magician. Why? Well, illusionists, we deal in trickery.
It's trickery.
Magic is real.
Yeah, magicians do it for real. Oh. I see. He takes the job. I mean, it's what he does. He goes to the show.
It goes badly.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, at first there's usual big old performance stuff, and then Swan appears, the skeleton in an hourglass because he's extra like that. Then he gets strapped to a pentagram, and there's a revolving thing that's dropping swords on him, and he has to escape, but he dies because he gets impaled by a lot of swords, like the tarot card, and we find out that Butterfield was there with the bald guy too.
Yeah. Because now they're a bit interested in D'Amour. They know who he is because of the exorcism.
So he's like, oh, so he's an he dealt with an exorcism. Oh, what's a fucking priest doing here? No, he's just a private investigator.
He's doing.
And this made me curious that him dying on stage.
Yeah.
How does that work with the venue? I mean, yeah, the audience is now traumatized.
Yeah.
But did the audience get their money back?
I would assume so.
Because really, it's not just that the show wasn't finishing. Clearly, he wasn't good at the magic trick.
At least not this one.
It's like if you go to see the guy cut a woman in half and then he brings a saw down and you scream and blood. And
yeah, I think at that point you kind of get your money back, I would assume. But so D'Amour's investigating.
It's like if you went to see Michael Jordan play not baseball. Why would you do that? You deserve what you get. Play basketball, and you see him just miss every single fucking basket.
Wait, This is the dude who scored like 68 points in a game. What the fuck? Or 63, whatever it was. I don't remember basketball history.
Actually, knowing Michael Jordan, I think if he missed a single basket, he'd probably commit harikari. That man does not like to lose.
He also just never missed. He fucking was good.
And so he's now investigating the murder of...
Runs into the bald guy again.
Yeah.
And he pales him with the sand dispenser from the...
Yeah, and then he finally dies.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't see him again, true. He got the shit kicked out of him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because Butterfield kicked him in the face, broke his nose. Butterfield escaped. I fucking hate that man.
I don't like his pants because they're the same color as his skin.
See, like, you mentioned that, and I didn't notice it at first, but then at the ending happened, and I thought he wasn't wearing pants either. So I got what you mean. Yeah, he tells the cop lady who was helping him investigate, saying, like, oh, are you going to leave now? That everything, Swan's dead. Can't really investigate him anymore. Like, what are you going to do? And he's like, probably stick around for a bit. Figure some stuff out.
They now know him.
Yeah.
He makes a very big mistake later on. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah. So he figures, well, to investigate Swan, I'm probably going to have to investigate the magician's thing.
So they go to the magic castle.
Yeah, where he talks to a guy, an old dude.
A cool old dude who's doing like card tricks.
Yeah, doing a little trickery.
A lot of this movie has the feel of like a Ripper or a Phantasmagoria kind of acting, and it works for me.
It's also got like that artsy feel to it every now and then. Like obviously the stage performance was fucking magician show.
Way before when Swan's brain is opened by Nyx to see people as they quote really are.
Yeah, true.
And that does come into play later.
Also fucks Swan up a bit. I mean, like we learn about it a bit later, but he's like, that shit just fucked me up, bro. Like, it's not good.
Well, I mean, we learn he's never actually been with his wife.
That too.
And I think that's what he thinks people actually look like.
Yeah.
Fucking fair.
And so Moore's still investigating some stuff. He meets the magician because he starts talking to the old guy who's like, "How do I meet these people?" Well, it's all about who you know. I don't know anybody.
Well, you know me.
You know someone now, and I'm like, I like this.
So they
guy.
go see Vinovich.
That's right, Vinovich.
And he's like talking about magic and illusions. Like, what Harry Damour did was tainted by evil.
Yeah.
It's like, no one who knows me. If you do not talk to this man, he is a fucking reporter.
Oh yeah, it's a nice accent. Where are you from, Brooklyn? Hey,
fuck you, buddy.
I think one of my favorite deliveries in the whole film. Fucking great.
I like it, but I don't.
Yeah.
Because of a scene that happens later.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, I think I know what you want to. Yeah.
Because he teams up with one of his magician friends. He actually does have a magician friend.
Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah.
To investigate Vinovich's little office there. And they find a secret a button, and they find a secret compartment with some documents in it. And then Billy steps on a pressure plate, and some big bang blades close.
Demore stops it.
And then they grab the documents and it closes, and then we get a projection of a zombie, which is just a projection. This
makes fun of
doesn't seem like something that someone who isn't actually this Doctor Strange villain would have in his apartment in his house.
But these papers talk about something pretty interesting. You've heard the name before. Start talking about Nyx.
Because I think he's a cultist.
Yeah.
He's a Nyx cult.
Yeah.
The thing about this scene that kind of also confuses me a little. Harry Damour thinks he sees someone like move to the side, so he draws his gun.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Harry, you're breaking in here? Whoever that is, this might just be their office. You can't really legally do anything.
Or even then, you could have just had a situation like the fucking Batman movie, where this guy probably just walked by, saw two people he knows shouldn't be here, and just go,
I'm gonna call the cops.
Just gonna walk away, go call the police somewhere else. I'm not dealing with this shit. You know what? I'll turn on the hologram. If that guy turned on the hologram to scare the shit out of these people, kudos.
Because that's not illegal.
Not only. Fucking.
It's like half the shit Scooby-Doo villains get up to isn't really illegal either.
Yeah.
This was a really Scooby-Doo ass trap, though.
The fucking projector monster.
Yeah. Even looked kind of like that one zombie in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. So Damore calls the fucking Delanor, what the fuck was her name?
Dorothea,
thank you. And says like, oh, do you know anyone named Jennifer? I forget her last name.
Yeah, and
she's like, no, the name doesn't sound familiar. Oh, I see.
And she's trying to get, and Dorothea's also trying to get in contact with Harry after this.
Yeah.
And Harry's trying to get in contact with her, but Valentine's like, no. I will lie and tell everyone so they can't get in contact.
It is because he was listening in on the phone at some point, and when he asked about Nyx, Dorothea obviously goes, I never heard of that name, to like stay him away. And I'm pretty sure Valentine at that point was like, right? We're not dealing with this.
Because he knows about the Nyx situation too.
Yeah. So he even goes up to him and says, 30,000 for you to leave. Right here.
No, I wasn't hired by you, I was hired by Dorothea.
Yeah, you know what? Show why you're here. I want to hear it from her. Dude, fucking take the 30 grand. Just leave, please.
But he meets Jennifer.
He does meet Jennifer.
And she's not doing well. She checked into... Her only friend was Quaid.
Yeah.
And she knows he's dead.
Yeah.
And she checked in 4 years ago. And they talk, and she tells him about Nyx and how they saved Dorothea.
Yeah.
And then she freaks out, is like, oh no, God, Nyx is coming back. And then she runs into a car.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, some of the responsibility for her death has to go to the nun who held Harry back.
Yeah, I'll take care of her, and then just watches her run off. I'm like, fucking, even he's like, fucking, like...
There were two of you a second ago, where's the other one?
Yeah, this is very, they just ran off, and they went, oh no, don't do that, stop.
Wait, no, stop, come back.
That's what it... even when Harry, like, runs out of the corner and Caesar gets run over by a car, he's just, at this point, he's just like, man, like, can people stop dying right now? It's fucking not too good.
Then he hooks up with Dorothea.
Yeah, because he just shows up at her house.
Yeah, and then they
do the thing.
There was a corpse, and he insisted, Swan insisted that it not be embalmed or anything, or autopsied, for reasons.
And Harry went,
And so she and Harry hook up.
Yeah.
And congratulations, Harry! You've just created a motive for you to be. You're already a person of interest in this. Now you've slept with his widow.
3 days.
And 3 days at most.
Yeah.
You're
No.
It's not great,
it's not
dude.
looking good.
And then a ghost appears.
That ghost dude shows up with fire.
That keeps folding in, and it's very, very 90s CGI.
I'm sure at the time this was like, whoa. Well, I say that would have fucking...
Like, it's on par effects with the Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
But the Lawnmower Man is supposed to be computer graphics.
Yeah.
It doesn't... I still really like the movie, but it's still... The 90s is the 90s.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you see and you're like, oh, right. This was a thing back then that we did. He manages to outrun the flames and stuff like that, even though it burns his hand a little bit. And then Harry just kind of looks there and goes, wait a fucking minute.
Then he rips the jaw off of the... He rips open Swan's coffin, rips the jaw off, and it's just a dummy full of sawdust.
And then he puts 2 and 2 together of, oh, this is why Valentine wanted me off.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Swan's alive, isn't he?
So
yep.
He finds Swan. Swan holds a car over his head with his mind.
I could kill you right now.
Alright.
No, you wouldn't. My bad, fuck.
It's... So why'd you pretend not to have magic powers? You could, like, do anything if you had magic... Well, it's simple. Illusionists get Vegas contracts. Magicians get burned at the stake. which is a line I really like in this.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of right. Like, yeah, he could have used magic to cure cancer or whatever, and then he has to explain that to people. It's not gonna go good.
Like, best case scenario is that episode where SpongeBob has the flying pants.
Yeah,
and then it's just, he owes us favors. That's the best case scenario.
That is the best case scenario.
Is just everyone, like, some of it worthwhile stuff.
Oh yeah.
But just people demanding you help them with the most trivial things.
Yeah. And then we get like
the Superman paradox.
Yeah,
honestly.
exactly.
It's a Superman paradox.
And you know, it's not like we can entirely blame Swan either, because you got to remember, this dude doesn't see world like we do.
No.
He's probably living in constant hell.
It's no wonder he swore allegiance to Imhotep almost immediately.
Yeah, Swan agrees, like, fuck, we should probably stop Nyx, huh?
So while they're doing that, the cult is gathering. They've killed their families.
Yeah.
And they are now going back to the desert. And Butterfield has beaten the shit out of Valentin and captured Dorothea and brought Valentin in the car with him.
Yeah, because Valentin knows where he's buried, because
they're going to find Nyx.
Swan had told him.
And he made a special little Allen key to open up the death mask.
Yeah. So Valentin finds him.
Yep.
Unburies him. Butterfield kicks the shit out of him, presumably.
Then they get...
Imhotep has arisen.
Yep.
Harry and them find him.
I love that he digs this whole deep thing.
Yeah, it's just like...
And it's like an inch away from where he actually goes and sees his arm sticking out.
He's like, oh, I found him. Look, he's right there. I told you he was here.
It's gotta suck.
He gets out. They find Valentin beating blood, and he goes, "Listen, I'm sorry.
I'm done.
I'm checking out, dude. Like, I'm actually kind of tired of this shit now." And he's like, "Fucking Swan, help this guy." He's like, "No, he's kind of right." Like,
so the cult so Butterfield fully resurrects Nyx.
Yeah, he unleashes the mask.
And it has like his body's very dark and desiccated, except for his face is like kind of gooey and white, and like has a kind of skull pattern from the mask on it, and he's wearing a white robe.
The makeup's really good.
It looks better than it did at the beginning, where it's just like a dumpy homeless guy.
Yeah, because like I even had to lick you at some point. I was like, was the beginning guy Nyx? Like, is that where we're going? Or like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Because then I see this guy, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Nyx.
Everyone's shaving their heads for some reason. And then he's like, hey, will you suffer and follow me? And they all drop to their knees on broken glass.
Goes,
all right.
Check this one out.
They're doing a sacrifice, and he's floating with Dorothea
because as he was
over
taken from
his
the ground,
like Well of Souls pit thing.
I was taken from the ground, therefore I must give something
I have
back.
wisdom of the grave. I have to give something back. I give them you. So he makes a storm, and then it makes everything wet, and then they sink into the mud and go all the way into the ground. That's not where I saw that going. I saw either the electricity just killing them, or the water being acid.
Yeah, I thought water being acid.
Or I saw him just like throwing them into the pit. This is the one way I did see it going, is them just sinking into the ground.
There's like a good part too, where like one of them is like kind of semi-alive, and he's like, why? He's like, well, none of you were worthy. The only one worthy is Swan. Mm-hmm. You all just followed like cattle, and you get the one dude going, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Which like,
fair,
but also it's like not like entirely, but it's almost like I voted for the leopards eating my face party. Why is the leopard eating my face? Like,
don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Like, you can't be that surprised that the god that you know is gonna do this shit is doing this shit, guy. Like, come on.
Then Harry is fighting Butterfield.
Yeah, and then Swan fights Butterfield for a bit.
Yeah.
Puts his face on fire.
Yep. Then Butterfield stabs his metal tool into the wall and electrocutes himself.
Very funny.
It is fucking great.
Good effect, too, with the blood spurting out and shit. Yeah. I liked it. It was a good time.
And
Harry attempts to save Dorothea.
Yeah.
I say intense. I mean, the dude's just a guy.
This is a fucking lich.
Yeah.
Like, he's an evil wizard.
He's got a gun. Like, that's all he's got. But then Swan fights him for a bit, starts talking to him.
And then Swan is like, you are going to help me murder the world. You can still do that. I mean, you have to die at the end. It's kind of fucking self-implied.
Yeah.
But will you help me? He's like,
Yeah.
all right, yes. And he's like, wait, you still want the woman? You never learn.
Not stupid. Like,
Dumb.
you do not learn. And then Harry looks at unconscious Swan and says, "Can you lift me up like you did the car?" And then we get what I'm going to call one of the silliest I beat the bad guy moments of my life is. Because he just slowly floats toward the guy and pushes him into the hole.
First, though, Nick's does the mind trick on
Oh,
him.
yeah.
So
I forgot he
sees
did that to
shit
Harry,
weird.
too, yeah.
And Dorothy actually just fixes it. Because apparently, like, Swan's like, oh no, it's not an illusion. It's like a world without illusions. And Dorothy's like, that's fucking stupid. You know, and then she, like, it's a very fairy tale thing. She kisses him and that fixes it. But whatever. And puts him in the pit all the way down, falling like a
great
Disney
scream
villain.
from him. Very cartoonish.
And then Harry and Dorothea escape into the desert.
Fuck out of there. Swan stays behind because he knows he ain't making it back.
And presumably, Nix's final revenge shreds Swan like paper until he's just a
Very
skeleton.
good. I know it's 95, but that effect was kind of nice.
And that's the movie.
Yeah, so how it's kind of, I won't say collapsed because I think it's still there.
It's still there. We're seeing the house and flashes of the movie. We're going through the house like it's a DVD menu.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing a panning of the set, and then a flash of a scene, and then we'd go to play movie scenes, special features kind of thing.
The whole closes up.
Yeah.
I jokingly said, so let me guess, they're going to walk off into the desert and then credits.
Do. Yep.
And they walk off into the desert and then credits because we didn't know how to end movies in the 90s.
And that's Lord of Illusion.
Yeah, I will say, almost a 2-hour runtime, and I didn't feel like it.
No.
Much like Creepshow 3 did. They felt that shit every minute.
I'm glad they kept the supernatural. It's there. It's very much there. Yeah. It's not subtle.
No.
But they kept it only at key moments.
Yeah, and I'm like.
Kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's not like Harry is not able to deal with this shit. Because most of the people are just human with some power or something or other.
It's like comparing it to Gabriel Knight as well. You know how many this is a long fucking game for a 90s point and click.
Yeah, you told me it was pretty.
It's pretty hefty.
Pretty hefty.
There are not the 10th anniversary version has some. The 20th anniversary has some more added.
Okay.
But in the original one, there are two scenes. Sorry, 3. There are 3 scenes in this entire thing of actual supernatural. Actually, no, 2. Because one could be... Because it's voodoo, so it's hard to tell if it's supernatural, if you know what I mean. And what's just the drugs.
Yeah.
Only 3 scenes where... The rest is just detective work.
Yeah.
And that really works.
That's why I'm kind of interested in giving Gabriel Knight a shot. Because...
The first 2 are quite good.
Yeah, I mean, I just love detective shit. So, I'm always
But yeah, that's definitely better than Rawhead Rex.
Yeah.
For our first Clive Barker in fucking years.
Yeah, because we watched Rawhead and... Fuck, is that before pandemic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to a birthday party. That same night, we were going to a birthday.
That was that night. Yeah, I remember now. That's right.
I'm trying to find the exact episode that Rawhead Rex was.
Yeah, I remember now. God, that felt so long ago.
It was, because just for reference, we just did episode 366. This is what we're on now. Is 366. Rawhead Rex was 132. Yeah.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
I like this one a lot.
It's good.
It helps the cast was good too. Like I love fucking Harry Demore. Like he's witty, he's strong, he's a good as detective first and foremost too. Like he's actually good at what he does. It was very good. I had a really good time with this one.
It was fun. So I've been Merrick D'Amato.
I've been Matt. Thanks for this. After the fucking disaster.
I owed you something as an apology for Creep Show.
You owed yourself something too at that point. Because good lord.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. There's watching a bad movie.
Yeah.
And then there's forcing someone else to watch a bad movie.
For sure, but like, man,
it's not the most guilty I've ever felt about that. The most guilty was The Ring.
Oh yeah.
Because it was for a podcast which hopefully will be out by now.
Yeah.
That I'm also on. We were going to do, by my suggestion, we're going to do the novel The Ring.
Yeah.
Because Sadako in the novel is intersex and it fits into the theme of the podcast.
I mean, it's also The Ring. Like,
however, the book is, to me, is for me what Atlas Shrugged was for Officer Barbrady in The Simpsons, in South Park.
Yeah.
And then after, I wish I'd never learned to read, because I read this piece of shit. It's frankly terrible.
Yeah, I don't... Like, I know...
Now, I read a translated one, so maybe...
I mean, sure, but I think only so much can be lost in translation. You know what I mean?
It's not a good book.
There's people I know who have covered the movie The Ring, and they have also like looked into the book, and they're just like, no, movie good, book not that good. And we're like, oh, okay.
The fact that one of the characters is an unapologetic rapist, and the book thinks he's a hero, is just not where what I like here.
But luckily, this one pretty.
No, this was quite good.
I enjoyed it a lot. It's a good time.
It's not my favorite Clive Barker. That's still Candyman, but
yeah, I mean,
we'll get to that some Halloween.
Yeah, hard to beat Candyman. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. Thank you.
So, see you next time.
Bye.